Commitment phobia is when we have a fear of entering a long-term relationship. Commitment creates fear. Commitment creates fright. Commitment creates even signs of anxiety I have seen in my practice with the new generations coming up about independence, personal independence. They feel that they have to do a lot of things together, they have to be answerable to somebody, there could be control issues, and so many things like that. So basically, it is your own emotional insecurities. Today, we're going to talk about a growing trend, more than a trend, it's more a growing fear in relationships, which is commitment phobia. So, what is commitment phobia? Commitment phobia is when we have a fear of entering a long term relationship or committing to it or maintaining a long term relationship. And as we're seeing now with the new generations coming up, this seems to be more and more of the case, and we see a lot of rising in this. So what are the signs of a commitment phobia? Although it's good to be cautious while entering a long-term relationship, but yet when there is fear around it, there is fright around it. In fact, commitment creates fear. Commitment creates fright. Commitment creates even signs of anxiety I have seen in my practice, where when it's time to actually commit to a person you've been dating for a long time and you want to just be with that person, people start getting panic attacks as well. So having said that, the mere thought of being in a long-term committed relationship creates a sense of constriction, creates a sense of not wanting to be in that relationship. And also, very sadly, a lot of people backtrack a good relationship just because of commitment phobia. So why is it today that people are actually avoiding long-term relationships? One is this whole narrative with the new generations coming up about independence, personal independence. And since that is the conditioning today around, and that is going to be the conditioning with the newer generations coming up also, so people feel that they lose their identity when they are in a long-term committed relationship. They feel that they have to do a lot of things together, they have to be answerable to somebody, there could be control issues, and so many things like that. So basically, it is your own emotional insecurities which create this. In fact, almost close to 80% of the people feel that if they are going to be in a committed relationship, they are going to lose their freedom or they're going to lose their sense of privacy. Then the other reasons could be your own childhood trauma, your emotional baggage. A lot of times now we are seeing, Gen Z, millennials, their own parents, they've seen very difficult marriages, they've seen breakdown of marriages, so thereby they are very frightened to commit to a long-term relationship. Then again, of course, a rise of the dating culture, the dating apps, and there is a FOMO, there's a fear that I am missing out the correct partner. So maybe, there is a lot of availability of choices. So what does one feel? One feels that, okay, this might not be the right person. The buck doesn't stop here. So one is fearful of commitment because one wants something better. The grass always seems greener on the other side though. So when you are in a relationship with a commitment phobic person, what does it do to you? It creates a lot of uncertainty. It creates a lot of emotional pressure. It creates a lot of tension. There's constant walking on eggshells because there's doubt in the relationship. You don't know where this is headed. So emotionally investing 100% into that relationship becomes very difficult. And even if you are already invested, then you have the fear of rejection, you have the fear of abandonment. And that is exactly what is happening with situationships, which is the new terminology nowadays, where people want to be with each other, but they don't want to commit to each other. Maybe thinking they're going to find a better partner later, or maybe thinking this is not the correct one at all. So if you feel that you have been repeatedly having this pattern of being frightened to commit to a relationship and to put in that work in the relationship. People are very fearful of putting work into a relationship. The truth is that any good relationship, whether it's a parent-child, it's a sibling relationship, it's any good friendship, it all requires work. So, what is it that we can do to avoid this commitment phobia or to deal with this commitment phobia? One is changing your mindset. Let's look at the cup half full and not half empty all the time. There is a beauty in having a long term committed relationship where there is love flowing. Of course, there will be difficult moments, of course, there will be fights, but then if the resilience is good, if you have a good understanding, you can go past it. But if you feel you're repeating your pattern of commitment phobia into other relationships, then definitely you need to see a mental health specialist, especially a therapist, who can help you let go of your baggage, understand your emotional insecurities, deal with them so that you can be comfortable with another human being in your life.